they were actually talking about the new Top Gun movie, and Cavino played a little audio message that Big Steve sent him. And I guess he said that he watched the original Top Gun. I don't think he had
Mm-hmm.
ever watched it. So he
Really?
watched the original Top Gun, and then he said, "Yeah, makes me want to go watch the new one." You know, so
Okay.
so Big Steve wants to go watch the new one. I haven't seen the original. I haven't seen the
What?
new one. I haven't seen Top Gun, dog. Fucking, I was too busy fucking uh doing other
Yeah.
shit.
Like what?
What year did it come out? And I'll
that,
tell you.
that
I'll
spit it
tell
out,
you.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Well, I don't know fucking what year it came out. I'll tell you what I was doing. Tell me what year it came out.
1986.
86. Oh, well, I was too busy swimming around in my dad's balls. So I missed that one. That was one of the ones that I missed. I have watched some shit that did come out before my time, but
He never played with
that's
him while
not.
he was watching Top Gun.
He could have done. I
I
was
mean, Kelly
playing.
McGinnis was hot. That blonde was hot.
I don't even know who that
Almost every
is.
other dude played with their balls when they watched Top Gun.
Well, you know what? Maybe I was getting ready to come out, and I was fucking hitting the bag or something. I don't know. But no, I that was one I missed. I've seen plenty of movies that came out before my time, but that was one of the ones that I never got around to seeing. So, what did you think about the original? Let's go ahead and talk about the original then.
I mean, I thought it was dope. I was a little itty bitty baby boy, but it was dope, bro. I remember watching it, and it just they had some dramatic scenes. You know what I mean? Val Kilmer played Iceman. That was dope. Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise, obviously, but I thought it was pretty fucking badass. And I didn't really care about Air Force or whatever the fuck they was in or none. I didn't
Yeah.
really care, but those jets were dope.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I'm actually I might, I just recently set up some surround sound in my house. I was living like Rich Davis for a long time, and I didn't have the surround sound. I didn't have all that shit going,
Yeah,
but
Sonos,
now I don't have the Sonos. I have the fucking
the no nos.
whatever the no-nos. Yeah, I have the bootleg version. I just set up my shit, and I've been watching like even I've been watching the NBA finals with my fucking surround sound. And Covino had a wedding dilemma, I guess. Well, not really a dilemma. Jordan's going to a wedding, and Rich and Spot thought it was kind of odd that Covino's not going. And
Why is it odd?
um I don't know. Well, what Rich was saying is that it's kind of odd that Jordan's going to a wedding and she's not taking her significant other. But Covino had let everybody know that he was a little irritated because he was like, these fools are acting like I'm just fucking not going because I'm not going. But he has his co-parenting situation where the other party isn't the most fucking willing to help out and
Right.
shit.
Well,
So he
that's why I was asking, who's it a big deal to? Is it a big deal to Cavino or is it just fucking Rich and Spot talking
no,
shit?
they were talking shit, and he was like, he got irritated because he was like, come on, out of everybody in the fucking world that knows my situation, don't you think these two dudes are the ones that know it? And they're over here playing stupid, like they don't know why he can't go or why and he
Well,
even said that it's almost like if he is able to go and Melody stays with her mom and shit, it's almost gonna be like a kind of like a you owe me one kind of type of thing,
like a
because
strike against him.
exactly.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like, it's not that big of a deal. She's gonna go with her sister and fucking have a good time. Her sister knows the party, that's getting married. So why
Right.
not just have them two go? So
Well, is her sister's husband going?
I don't think so. I think it's only the two of them.
How is this not weird at all then? If they're just going to go as sisters and you know what I'm saying? They're going together.
Yeah. Um. Oh fuck. I just thought of something I forgot to edit into the last episode and edit out a certain part, but it's all good. Nobody's getting canceled or nothing for my bad editing work. But
Not yet.
oh, you know what? There's something that's been going on Netflix that I haven't caught, but I'm definitely trying to catch it as soon as I can.
Man, I
The
ain't
nor
subscribed to that bunk ass shit in about fucking 5 years.
the Okay, Doug, you don't have to subscribe to it because you still have your homie Cody, don't you?
And I got Trapflix. I keep telling you, but you
So
don't listen.
so you could catch this shit. The Norm Macdonald special. I know Norm
I'm not
released it.
watching that.
You're not. Doug, you're
Rest in
fucking.
peace. Shout out to the dude.
You know what? I think we're gonna have to do a show next time, before a game that is, you know, before the next game, because I feel like either tired or there's a
No,
negative
I'm
negative
good. I'm
Nancy.
just not, bro. You could catch me 5 minutes after announcing the winning lottery numbers, and I'm not watching the Norm Macdonald special. I'm just not into that dude. I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead. Let's talk about some kukui shit then. I just yeah. Let's go ahead. Hit me with some shit and we'll
No,
talk
go
about it.
ahead. What's so cool? I heard them talking about Norm Macdonald, and it was dry, and I heard it on the show. Do you like him too?
I don't mind him, but I'm just curious to check it out because he's dead. So I'm more
But
intrigued.
that's fucked up, don't you think?
How's it fucked up? I'm intrigued
Because you
because
weren't curious when he was here, but now
yeah,
the
no, I'm
fucker,
a
it's
fan
like a
of him.
limited edition and shit. You got to have it.
No, I'm a fan of Norm.
Are
I'm
you?
not the biggest fan. So I enjoy his comedy, but I think I'm more intrigued being that he released this shit knowing he was going to release it, or he recorded it knowing he was going to release it once he had passed. So to me, I'm just kind of like interested in the kind of vibe he's going to bring in shit. And I mean, I really don't even have to watch it because Rich told us the whole
Yeah, he told us
fucking
the whole story.
special.
I felt like I watched it already.
What made me
Maybe
laugh.
that's why I'm all fucking tuned out. I feel like I did watch it.
Well, and see, the thing is, Rich is like, he is the fucking king of, well, I'm not going to spoil anything, and then tells you the entire fucking special. He told you people that made appearances on it. He told you shit that Norm said. He told you shit that Norm didn't say, which people were kind of guessing. Hey, was he going to say this when he came out? Rich straight up said, no, he didn't say this. So, Doug, I'm going to go in. I kind of know, everything from what Rich was saying, but I want to see it for myself.
Yeah, no, you know what, and that's no shot thing to Rich or Norm Macdonald. I'm just, I never was I'm not a big Saturday Night Live fan. Like, I'm a
Same.
fan of Pete because he's fucking bringing that BDE to fucking Kimmy K.
Have you ever
But
checked out Pete's stand up?
I haven't either. I just the highlights they show once in a while, like on
His
fucking
stand
TMZ or whatever.
No, his stand up's pretty fucking funny.
Oh, I've
Um
never seen it.
I watched it. I remember watching his shit a few years back, and I remember the first time I had really heard about him was, of course, when he got on SNL years ago, and people were like, "Oh, the kid that his dad died in 9/11. He's on SNL and all this shit." And I found out he was a stand-up, and I started watching some of his stand-up, and I actually thought he was really fucking young when he had some like pretty good material.
Yeah,
He was like maybe 22, maybe 23, and he already had some like really funny ass material. So if you're a fan of stand up, I recommend it. He's got some kind of fucked up humor, which a lot of us, that listen to Cavino and Rich, or people that dig, our show or whatever, we kind of have a little bit of fucked up humor. So it's kind of cool to check out every once in a while.
where's Mark in Colorado, bro?
I don't know. You know what? It's Mark is so random because once in a while he'll call in just randomly. Like, I believe the last time he called in was like 2 months ago, and they were like, "Oh, let's go to Mark in Colorado," and he's like, "I want to talk to Spot," and they're like, "On the air, or off the air?" He was like, "Off," and then they fucking okay, and they went back to Cavino and Rich talking. So that was the last I think I've heard of him. So I don't know, Doug. I don't know what his deal is. If he's listening in the fucking, I would say, is he listening maybe on demand or something? Because usually when they were back in the day, when they were on other like radio stations and shit,
Yeah,
Mark would call in pretty often, pretty regularly. I would
for
say maybe
sure.
once a week, if not once every 2 weeks. And now he's maybe called in 3 times, 4 times total of the time they've been on Patreon. So I don't know,
Right.
Doug. That's a good question. So people come and people go, but I think Mark's around. I just don't know. Something about his life has changed and shit.
What about Nervous Matt?
Um, you know what? I remember him calling in shortly before they left that other company. And he
Yeah,
was calling from, I think he was calling from his office, and he was like really fucking, again,
nervous.
nervous and quiet and fucking like, "Oh, I'm making a phone call from my office and I don't want people to hear me." And but no, I don't know, Doug. What are some other, who I want to know? I'll say somebody and then I'll ask you some other people, but some other Cavino and Rich alumni, or some other Cavino and Rich, you know, pretty popular people that we don't hear from anymore. One dude that I used to hear from, or I used to see every day on the Cavino and Rich forum, was a guy by the name of Cunty Ramirez.
Okay, I
And
remember Cunty Ramirez.
Cunty Ramirez, he had his, if anybody remembers the forum days, he had his little avatar picture his little profile picture was of the Grinch in a Santa suit, and it
Mm,
was a cartoon. That was
right.
his profile picture. But it seems like ever since they got away from the forum and then they left the radio station, now he's just, I feel like he's completely disappeared. It's either that or now he's going by his real name. He could be like
Yeah.
Joe Ramirez in fucking Honolulu or some shit.
I'm not a
I don't know.
cunty anymore.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. But who are some other people that you can think of? You mentioned Nervous Matt. I feel like there's a couple of people back in the day that aren't really part of the show anymore.
Fucking well, I guess Chuck what the fuck, but I love Roadhead. I thought there was another dude from that little scene too.
There was Doug from I Love Roadhead, and then fuck, who was the other guy? I
Chuck what the
remember.
fuck, wasn't it?
Was it Chuck? I pictured another guy with like Tim or something, or Tom or some shit. I don't know who the fuck, but I remember. Oh no, I'm thinking of TSS Taylor. He wasn't part of
Mm.
that shit, was he?
Mm-mm.
Okay, never mind then. But I've seen TSS Taylor still around on Twitter and shit. But yeah, man, I don't know. Do you have anything in the Kukui box of notes or anything that you wanted to get to?
Well, I remember this. I heard Rich say that he had a realization,
Mm-hmm.
and the realization was that his circle was getting smaller. And did you catch that or what?
No, I didn't. I'm curious as to what he was referring to because he's pretty fucking all up in everybody's business at all times. So what is he talking about?
Something about just basically about his circle's getting smaller, and so my question was for you: as you get older, is your circle getting smaller? I mean, are you like? I think mine is, and I used to always be the guy that took pride in having the circle that I had, but fuck, man, it feels like we got less time in a day. So it almost feels like if I'm gonna take time out of it to call somebody, it better be the ones that count. You know what I mean? Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be bullshitting with people that I'm not really fucking with. You know what I mean?
You know what? I think it is getting smaller, but I don't dislike it. And the reason why is because like um one of my best friends that I was talking to the other night, um my buddy Luis that, gets more fucking mentions than Covino and Rich on the show, but I was talking to him the other night and we were having a real some deep conversations, and the day before that, I was talking to another good friend of mine who I mentioned about 2 episodes ago. My friend Chris, he's the dude who I mentioned that would say real quick for everything, like,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, bro, can we go to my house real quick?" And you're like 2 towns away. He
Right.
remembered. If he
Yep.
said real quick, that meant, oh, cool, it'll be fucking 5 minutes.
You're on a
You
mission.
know, I talked to him the other day, and he was like, we were just talking. We were just like, we may not talk as often and shit, but I feel like we're fucking just as tight, if not tighter, than we were when we were younger, and we did have
Yeah.
that fucking time. So I feel like although my circle is getting smaller, I feel like I'm forming tighter bonds with the people that matter. If your shit is a little, you know what? Actually, let's give you, before we get into this shit, let me go ahead, give a nice warm welcome to the homie right here. That's a homie of fucking El Kukui, right? I'm meeting him for the first time with all of you guys. So let's go ahead and give a fucking round of applause for the dude we call Columbo. I have a question for you. So we're saying that, we were talking about how your musical taste goes a little bit deeper than Kukui's. There's a little more variety to it. So I know when it comes to Kukui, we have a lot of Bay Area shit, a lot of fucking, and I'm sure there's a lot of influence for you there. But aside from that, what is some shit that you get down with that we may not think?
Man, number one, my shit, Sublime.
Sublime.
Sublime is my go-to. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
New and old one. I like the old one with Bradley, new one with Rome. That's my shit.
I haven't heard anything with Rome because I kind of fell out with Bradley. I was like, when I heard Sublime with Rome coming out, I go, I don't know if I could dig that shit. But you're saying it's fucking worth it. You get down with it.
Definitely fucking worth it, bro. Definitely worth it and shit. I listen to a lot of fucking 80s, Motown. I mean, I'm big on the R&B old school and shit. I get mad right now is that they're calling fucking 80s fucking rap music old school. When you gotta go old, you gotta go back to the fucking where the real go, you know what I mean? The Motown and shit. music is that's where you start from the bass line. People don't understand that shit.
So okay, so we got some Motown influence. I heard you mention some country. Is that like 80s, 90s country? Is it shit that you're still getting down with or what? I'm just curious.
You know, I'll tell you right now and shit. I remember back in the day they had like the Garth Brooks and shit. I kind of, you know, but the Tennessee whiskey, Stapleton, that, you know what I mean? I played that at my wedding.
Oh,
that shit was
really?
in my wedding mix. That's real talk.
Yeah. No, Tennessee whiskey is some shit. And Chris Stapleton, he fucking gets down because I know that dude was years before he actually came out as a solo artist. He was a writer for all kinds of people, you know, so that dude gets down with the songwriting, and Tennessee whiskey is a fucking jam. I know Alco Quick probably don't fuck with it, but it's something that
Bo knows I don't fuck with it neither. But you know what though? Here's where I have grown. Is back in the day, Columbus is my witness, I would have talked shit. Now I don't talk shit. Just because I don't like something.
Most people say the fucking as Lord is my witness, and you say as Columbus is my witness.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
No, because I ain't gonna truth and shit. That's real talk.
Back in the day, I would have talked some shit, but now I'm just like, no, I know, because now I know that there's a lot of good music, even if I'm not into it, right? Every genre has artists that are good at what they do in that genre. You know what I'm saying? And that's undeniable. The record sales don't lie. The listeners don't lie. I mean, it is what it is. Just because it ain't for me, if millions of people are tuned into it, it's fuck, I'm wrong. You know what I mean?
Not always.
Yeah, you
not
always.
always.
You want to know fucking true story? The reason why I do listen to shit like that is partly because of this guy right here, El Kakui.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, he used to always fucking tell me, you don't give a fuck about shit. We'd argue back and forth, you know, like me and him form each other. We used to argue, you know, we came from different shit. And this guy opened my mind and shit, so I started actually listening to more shit. I might have closed his mind a little bit, but he opened mine.
Nah, he didn't close it. Nah, he didn't close it at all.
Oh, that's funny.
No, we did a lot of crazy shit, man. Like, yeah, a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah, my boy.
A lot of crazy shit. But remember, Daniel, you said that you met your homie at high school. Remember, you said you told the story about the class. You met him.
Yeah.
Whatever, you guys had to do the assignment.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, I met him in Columbus in space science. Mr. fucking, I forgot the guy's name, but he had a flat. Mr. Lewis. He had a flat top.
Oh.
7th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7th grade. That's
yeah, 7th grade. Yeah.
No, remember we transferred out of computers to space science together.
Yeah. Or it was leather or some bullshit or computers. Yeah.
Probably should have kept computers.
Hey, we back in the day, you know, the Pop Warner shit. We formed our own team.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. They let us in and shit, but we had to get a whole team, and we got everyone from the fucking neighborhood and made a fucking team.
That would have been one scary ass team, Doug. I bet you guys had a perfect record, huh? Because everybody was scared of you motherfuckers.
No, we didn't have a perfect record, but we did fuck people up.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know why. I just picture like you guys fucking like beating the shit out of the little giants and shit, you know? Like,
we got into some fights. We did get into some fights. There was this one time the parents rushed us from the stands.
Oh, are you serious?
I swear to God. I'm gonna let Bo tell the story.
Are they trying to pull you guys off the other kids, or what's going on? Bo, tell me the story, dog.
So, you know, we end up playing this fucking game. I believe we might have lost this fucking game right before a championship. We're coming through the fucking shit. These guys on the other team, we all know these guys. They're all pretty boys. They think they're shit. You know, they got real coaches. We're a hood team.
Yeah.
So, and there's this one guy, he's talking shit. So he fucking spits on his fucking hand and he's shaking our fucking hand.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that dirty shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, this guy over here lets some insults fucking fly, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't hold his fucking tongue. Next thing you know, we're in a full brawl. We're fucking down the field. A little bit later, me and our fucking other guy named Ryan, we call him Tip, fucking, we look up. This guy's getting choked out by the dad of the kid who he started with.
Yeah.
That's a Tip, dog. That's fucking...
No, that I cracked this dude in the middle. We're supposed to be shaking hands, and I fucking cracked him in the walkthrough. And his dad came out, and he's a big old biker, and he picked me up on my neck, and he fucking slammed me on the ground.
Oh my god!
Well, this is what happened. Now this guy's choking this guy on the ground. Or me and another buddy, we got our helmets. We come through and we crack this dude with our helmets.
And they lay him out.
We're all running. Well, now the police get called. Who they looking for? Me and this guy right here.
Yeah.
Fucking running. One of these old school parents pulls up in a truck. You guys get in and drive us fucking off the safety.
And he got us to safety. We're good. We never got busted.
Oh.
I punched the kid, got choked by his dad. They cracked the dad in the head with their football helmets. Fuck, life went on. It was great.
Oh,
I love hearing the stories of other people that were there for this shit. Because man, when you guys both tell the story, it's like I'm reliving it with you guys. You know, so.
Well, hey, and what's crazy is keep in mind, this is the Pop Warner championship game. So we're in the championship game. The stands are full. Everyone's watching this shit go on.
Looking like the longest yard and shit out there, huh?
Yeah, no, it's in Clovis. So like football's big. It was a championship game.
Yeah.
And I cracked this dude. His dad fucking came and tackled me. They smashed him with the helmets. We got on the run. Oh, it was great.
Oh, I had one of the parents pick you up. Fuck,
Yep.
You guys are on the run. The cops are chasing.
Shout out Bob Avery.
Oh
yeah,
my god.
And the funniest thing is, none of our parents said anything.
No, I think, hey, to be honest, I think about an hour after all that bullshit happened, we were at my house eating Domino's pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. With no sausage.
Oh.
That's right. No sausage.
Cheese pizza.
No pork.
No.
Man, that shit. Well, that sounds like a dope ass time. So, how's it been around your guys' neighborhood? Have you guys been hearing shit? Are people throwing parties for graduations? Are they just? Is it normal Friday night partying? Are you hearing shit? Is it fucking quiet in your neighborhood? How's it going right now for you guys?
Shit, my neighborhood right now, it's quiet, but tomorrow night there'll be a lot of gunshots and parties. I'm like in the hood, but I'm not in the hood. So the hood's all around me, but then we have a some nice houses.
Yeah, I think we can all relate to living that kind of lifestyle. Where,
For sure.
Maybe you're not in the hood anymore, but you're kind of next to the hood, right?
Yeah.
And you guys are in California, Doug. I remember last time I went to go see Covino and Rich. We're in LA, me and one of my best friends. And I made one wrong turn and I was by a Dodgers stadium, dog. And I was at this like AM, PM or some shit. Dog, we pulled up and fucking all these fucking vatos started looking at us. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, it was me and my homie Johnny. And we were kind of like, I think we're in the wrong side of town. So we fucking had to flip a bitch to get out of there. Dog, I didn't want to get off the fucking car. I thought I was gonna get my ass beat. So I was like, all right, let's bounce right here. We made like one wrong turn and shit. And we fucking went from like a nice ass neighborhood to there's Dodger Stadium in the fucking hood. So yeah, go ahead.
Hey, so he was my first roommate and shit, right? I got busted when I was like 19 and my pops kicked me out. And fucking me and Bo moved in. That was my first roommate. Mm-hmm. And we went to the swap meet and shit and got these fake IDs made. And we went and got over on the Indian dude across the street because he didn't really give a fuck. What's that?
Worst IDs ever.
The worst IDs ever?
That shit was so fucking fake. They were so fucking fake. I don't know what the hell.
It was like a laminated piece of paper. It wasn't even like a card. And I think you could see through it. But it was cool though because once we showed him once, it was good. He let us buy beer. We just walk across the street and get our shit.
Oh, no, buddy.
We had hose, blunts, smokes, Red Dog 32 ounces. It was wild.
Hey, ain't that some shit though, Doug? Like you guys, ain't that some fucked up shit that you got to think about? You guys had to go through all this trouble, right? To fucking go through, get this fake ID, to fucking have the Indian dude across the street fucking, okay it. And you guys are already living on your fucking own. What is that shit about, Doug? What the fuck? You would think if you're living on your own, you could do whatever the fuck you want, right? You're an adult. You're living on your own and you still got to go through and do some shit, some like high school shit, That's stupid.
But you know what? That kind of defines us growing up, right? We never played by the rules and we just did what the fuck we wanted and figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. We live on the fly.
Hey, I want to know, Columbo, how, I know Kukui over here told me that there's a couple of times where his family put him in group homes and shit. How did your guys' friendship change when he was in a group home versus when he was at his pad with his parents?
Oh, man, our steps are the same. This guy, we've been friends. Like, I ain't gonna lie, he would get kicked out. He stayed at my house. Fucking, his family would take me on vacations. We fucking, I moved to Oregon. He came to Oregon, lived for a little bit. Our relationship has always fucking been solid. Like, I could not talk to this guy for 5 years. And we fucking talk. It's the same fucking shit.
Hey, that's how you know you guys are fucking homies, right? That's how you know you're that close, because when you pick up right where you left off, fucking this dude over here had to go to live with some fucking other family and shit to try to get him on the right track. He comes back and Columbo's right there, and you guys just fucking go right back across the street and get some beer from the fucking Indian dude.
Yeah.
Shit, this guy right here is the reason why I went to college. That's like he told me. He's like, guy, if you don't go, you're gonna hate yourself to try. That's the only reason I fucking went, because this guy fucking told me. I was on the fucking
shit, Doug. All I keep hearing from Columbo is that Kukui is fucking changing lives and shit. He opened up your fucking.
No, we just always had each other's back.
Yeah, but you opened up his fucking world to different music and shit. you told this dude, hey, if you don't go to college, you're gonna fucking regret it. Right, you guys fucking.
We were just getting danked out one day, and fuck, he got a scholarship. You got to go try it out. You know what I mean? I would just give him my 2 cents. We were all stoned. That's all. You know, when you get in a deep talks, you're all loaded with your buddy. Man, you know you're gonna fucking regret that shit if you don't go, right? Yeah. You know, it's one of those type of things.
Well, you know
yeah,
what,
man.
Doug,
you know,
I don't know if any of the talks me and my homies ever got into like that ever amounted to anything. You know, Columbo's over here going to college and shit after your guys' fucking sessions. And,
yo, yeah, man, we used to have some real deep sessions and shit.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy is it still affected me in the long run, because I went out there after he did, and fuck, I ended up living out there with his ass for a while. Met a girl, fucking me and her, him and his girl. We all moved back to Fresno. Now they're in Sacktown. Like, yeah, it was wild.
Yeah,
fucking wild, bro.
Yeah. Like, if he didn't go, I might not have left Fresno. You know what I mean? And it started as a vacation. You know what happened was I quit my job at Albertsons. I said, fuck it, I'm going to go sleep on this couch for a week and see if I get some Oregon bitches. That's what it was all about. I'm like, you know what? This guy's over there fucking taking over the town and shit.
Is that who you went with when you moved to Oregon for the first time?
No, he was already there.
And you moved, Kukui, you moved in there over there with him.
I didn't plan. No, I didn't plan to move. I just went up there and he let me sleep on his couch for a week. And then I met this girl, and she's like, she was scared of her boyfriend and said I need to stay with her or whatever. And that was it. So I did.
Dang.
And then I was with her ass for like 10 years. Yeah.
All because you went up to go visit this fool.
It happens. Shit like that happens.
You stayed on his couch. Oh my God. That's crazy.
And what's crazy is that, because so he was letting me sleep. So check this out. So he was letting me sleep on his couch, and I was rolling around smoking weed in Coos Bay. And I remember it was Oregon, so you just left the door unlocked. Ain't no one fucking with your shit. And so they would leave the door unlocked. So I went to go to the mall, and I recruited some other bitches. I went to the mall, and I remember I said his name. I was like,
bitches.
I did.
I was bored and fucking a pen, huh?
Hey, I went to the mall, and I seen some girls, and I remember I said, hey, you know, I'm here visiting my friend Columbus, right? And everybody knew his ass from the college. And so he had a party that night. So remember, I think Sonia's other friend, Maria, came too. And I had met her at the mall and recruited her. But when I had got back to Columbus's house way before the party, this girl was sitting there with her kids. And I'm like, well, who are you? And she's like, well, who are you? And I'm like, I don't know. Well, you got 3 kids, you know, and whatever. Long story short is wild shit. Hello. Wild shit.
Oh, that shit's funny.
Anyways.
Yeah, Doug, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Is there anything, Columbo, that you have as far as like, I know me and Kukui listen to the show. We've been listening to it for a minute. I just marked my 10 years that I've been listening to the show, and this fool over here has been listening to it for about 15 years, 17 years. Yeah. Is there anything that you listen to like that as far as like radio shows or anything? Or if
Are you Joe Rogan? You listen to Joe Rogan?
No, I'm not a Joe Rogan guy. I'm not a Joe Rogan.
I knew why you asked that shit, dog. It's because I dig Rogan, so this motherfucker's over trying to be like.
No, everybody does. Everybody does.
Cool people don't like him.
Man, I didn't say that.
But is there anything? If there's not any radio and shit that you dig like that, what are your? Is there any shows, movies? What? I know Kukui knows, but me being a new dude to the homies over here, I want to know what interests Columbo.
To me, I ain't gonna be honest. I don't really listen to shows like that. I just like I listen to a lot of sports shit like that and underground, you know, music. I just really keep my ears to the streets. You know what I mean? I'm always like trying to recruit and scout some players and stuff. And
you know what, Bo? Covino Rich do have a sports show on Fox Sports Radio on Sundays at 5. It's Covino Rich and it's only sports.
Yeah, and it's actually cool, dog, because like I know, like I listen to a few sports show here. I know Kukui listens to sports shows, and a lot of times when you listen to that shit, it's all the X's and O's, right? They're talking, they're in their suits. It's fucking stats, and it's fucking who you think's going to win game 2, who you think's going to win game 3, blah, blah. Kavito and Rich have somewhat where they talk about shit like that, but it's such a fucking, it's more like you're just bullshitting with your homies and you're watching the game, right? What are you going to talk about? You're going to be talking about you're going to be talking about the fucking Celtics. You're going to be talking about the Warriors, but you're also going to be talking about fucking, Draymond
Steph Curry's
Green's,
suit.
yeah,
his
stupid
suit.
ass fucking suit, their stupid ass haircut, or what the fuck, or do you think fucking LeBron wearing his stupid ass headband is affecting his game or some bullshit, right? But it's just it'll get the wheels turning. So I think like if you get a chance to check them out on Sundays on Fox Sports, you'll dig it. I think.
What's your favorite sports show right now?
My favorite sports show right now, I listen to fucking AM radio. I can't stand those guys. I listen to Jay Will and fucking Keyshawn.
Yeah?
I don't really like watching those guys on fucking TV. I like to fucking, they're a bunch of goofballs. But on the radio, when I'm cruising, that's what I listen to.
No skipping Shannon?
Oh, Shannon's my boy. I like Shannon on Instagram better and shit by himself. He's always fucking drinking Hennessy and smoking blunts. That's my guy right there.
I like Shannon Sharp. What about the Herd?
What's his name? Kellen Cowherd?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's cool and shit, but I can't stand his eyebrows. Bro, it's like I'm looking at him, man. That's why I don't watch these guys and shit on TV every time.
What about Draymond? Have you heard Draymond's podcast?
Draymond's the buster.
Oh, hell no. Nah, Draymond's the heart and soul of that team.
No, Draymond's the heart and soul of that fucking team. I like Draymond and shit. I just fucking with you. I just want to get a ride on you.
Yeah,
I missed that. My girl walked in to tell me something. What happened? Well, I want to know what I missed. What happened?
Man, he called Draymond Green a buster.
Why is he a buster? I don't agree. I don't disagree. I want to know your reasoning.
Oh, no, he does cry a lot. I ain't gonna lie. That fucker cries way too much. It's like this. If he gets hit in the fucking mouth, he sits there and cries. The old Draymond, when he first came in the league, he run back down and hit somebody in the mouth. Now he's a fucking little baby.
You know what? Draymond Green, I'll be honest, he is not the prettiest dude I've ever seen in my life, right? And this motherfucker reminds me of one of my homies, and I can't tell him because he's gonna be like, "Oh, you think I look like that ugly motherfucker?" So,
hey, Draymond's my favorite player. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the only jersey I got.
Really?
Hey,
yep. You know why?
Draymond or LeBron?
What's that?
Who cries more, Draymond or LeBron?
I would say LeBron, and I'm a Lakers fan, Doug. So
yeah, probably LeBron. I mean, Draymond does cry. I won't argue that he does, but LeBron a little more.
I think Draymond is LeBron without the athletic ability.
No, you're probably right. I mean, he don't have what LeBron does, but he's got the heart though. He's got heart.
Yeah, LeBron.
Hey, you know why he's my favorite player? Though? I'm gonna tell you guys right here because when me and this guy used to play basketball, I was more of a football. He played football too. He was a football player and a basketball player, but I wasn't necessarily a basketball player like he was. And so, but I was a competitor, right? I'm still not going to try to get beat. So I had to play different because I wasn't dunking on nobody, and I didn't have the best shot. If I was open, I could probably hit a couple here and there, but I wasn't guaranteed.
People like Draymond.
What's that? No, but that's what I did. Yeah. I did the dirty work. I went and got the loose rebounds, and I fucking bullied people and I looked for him. And matter of fact, if you think about it, I know we weren't doing no professional shit back there, and I'm not trying to compare our offense back then to the Warriors' offense. But if you think about it, the way he sets, the way Draymond sets up Steph and the way he sets up Clay, I used to look for this dude on the court the same way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we go fucking play all over. I drag this guy around and shit. I'm like, God, come on, we're playing 2-on-2, we're playing 3-on-3. This guy, hey, I'll tell you what, he didn't give a fuck. He always played and shit. He get in there and fucking do some damage.
Hey, true story. I remember one time we were at Marymount, and I think me and this guy were drinking on some cognac or something. I forgot what it was. We were drinking something, and the West Side cats used to go over there to play basketball. And I remember we had a square team, myself included. Like I wasn't a square, but I just wasn't a good basketball player. Like I said, I had heart and hustle, and I'll throw my body around, but I'm not making the game winner. I mean, I probably wouldn't even make a wide open one, right? But we were smacking them in the mouth. And it wasn't even cute, and they were getting pissed. And then they wanted to fight. And then remember, I challenged that dude to go to my house in the backyard and fight. And we showed them up so bad they wanted to. It was wild.
Oh man, we used to have some fucking good times, and it always fucking ended with someone that even if they always wanted to fight, we were always down.
Yeah. No, we ain't never walked away.
Never walking away.
Nope. No, because I know he's down and he knew I was down. And if he was going to fight or something and he needed help or he knew I had him and vice versa. And yeah, and we knew we were both fighting. So it's like, you know, when you got two guys that ain't scared to fight, unless they got weapons and shit, it's on.
Would you say that the two of you are like maybe the closest of everybody that you grew up with?
We're up there for sure. I'm sure. We had a pretty tight, a tight circle. Luckily, you know, we had a couple of dudes in that circle that were hella cool, that we're all cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, for sure. I would say yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Because we were tight with Tip Dog and we were tight with fucking Mito and fucking Goldie was there. But you know, yeah, it was a cool little time. We did some damage.
And all this time that's passed, you guys are you guys the ones that remain like the closest nowadays, or do you think? Because I know like I know like some of the people are still out there. Because some of the names you mentioned, Kukui, I hear on the show pretty often because you talk to them from time to time. Do you think that you and if you want me to cut this part out because you guys really are,
I don't say it right now.
But you don't want to make nobody mad.
Hey, I don't bullshit nobody.
I'll answer that question. I'll tell you what. Me and this guy, he sees those people more than me. You know what I mean? Like he'll see those people more than me and shit. But me and that guy, it don't matter. We just talking on the phone or whatever and shit. We're still fucking hella fucking close. You know, it's like
we just picked up every time. Like nothing's changed or nothing's passed.
That's cool, man.
He can call me anytime out of blue. I can call me anytime I'm out of blue, whatever. It's never nothing different. You know, so it's not even about like seeing each other and stuff like that. It's just always fucking.
We're always love.
That's love. We're always linked in and shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question. Do you guys do? I know. When I talk to Kukui and shit, we know when we're not recording, we typically go for the phone call, a traditional phone call. Do you guys go phone call? Are you guys going fucking audio message? Are you going text? How do you guys communicate when you guys are keeping up with each other?
I never leave a message ever, guys.
No, because
it's one time a call, but never leaving them voice messages, really.
Because you know the thing is, if I see he called, I'm gonna call him back. I'm not gonna be like, "What's up?" You know, motherfuckers pull that shit on you and shit. You call him because you need to say some shit, and then they hit you with that, "Hey, I was busy." You know, if he calls me, I'm gonna call him back. Fuck it. We're old school.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
You know, and we'll text too. We'll text too. You know what I mean? But no, if we got something to say, we're chopping it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's funny. Sometimes and shit, I can call this guy. He can call me. Might be busy for fucking 3-4 days and shit, but I fucking call this guy, and he ain't like, why you declaring right back? It's like, hey, what's up? And we fucking right into it and shit.
Yeah.
You know what though? I'll be honest. I have that same. I think that I found that same shit with Kukui myself. Is that if we're fucking busy or whatever. I think because we're grown, right? I think if you're getting fucking butthurt, you're kind of being a little bitch about it, right? So if they call you back, the next day or later that night or whatever, then fucking it's like whatever, So or
you're a dirty vato, like you know what? If you don't got nothing to hide, like if you ain't trying to bang their old lady, you ain't trying to fucking scam them out of money, you don't owe them any money, like obviously, I don't know if you're just a good dude. Obviously, if you couldn't call me back for 3 or 4 days, you had some shit going on, right? And I don't pay your bills. Who the fuck am I to demand that you call me back? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's important, I'll hit you again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, nah. If it's super important, I'm sure because that's the way I act. If I do hit you 2 or 3 times, you're probably gonna answer because I don't do that shit.
It's not like
either one of us multiple times. You know what I mean. We're that kind of people. It's like, hey, I'll call you once and okay, cool. But if we call each other multiple times real quick, we know what's going on. It'll be right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
No, I feel you. I kind of feel. I feel the same. I feel the same way with a lot of the people that I have, like the homies that I have that are close to me. I'm thinking like, if they hit me up, I'm like, cool. If I can't get it, I'll hit them up. I'll hit them up when I get a chance. But if those fools are calling 2-3 times, I'm like, oh shit, okay, who the fuck died? What's going on? I'm gonna fucking. I know I gotta take this shit. So I feel
yeah. Now I'll give you some rapid fire ones. So like my pops used to call him his son. His mom used to call me her son. Like we were like that. His mom caught us sneaking out the house in like 7th grade and shit. And we were throwing light bulbs at cars. And I remember one time I never really had fucked with a revolver, and I had bought this 38. And and we were in my house and shit, and it was me and this dude, and I cocked it, right? It was loaded, but I'd never really messed with those things. And he's like, I think he just pulled the trigger and let the hammer down slow, right? And fucking, bow, that motherfucker went off. It ricocheted off the fucking TV fucking stand, and it stuck in the wall.
Oh my God.
His pops runs in the room. What you guys doing? We said we were wrestling.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Fucking 38 in the wall.
40. Hey, you know what's crazy is like 20 years later, I showed his ass.
No. Oh, shit, that's fucking crazy. And the funny part about it is we couldn't find where it went for the longest time. We didn't know what bullet ended.
Hey, my dad used to have a motorhome, and he used to sit out front. And we would go hotbox that motherfucker at night, rent strippers. Oh, speaking of, hey, Daniel, ask him about the strippers. Because Daniel used to frequent the strip club, but he never had a stripper. So I got into the Mustafa stories and like, go ahead, Bo.
He was telling me you guys used to have him come to the pad, and rather than throwing your money at the stage like a fucking dumbass, you guys are having them come to the pad. So I want to hear these stories.
It's the only way to do it. I can't stand strip clubs. That shit's a boring time. When they come to the house, you get a certain amount you pay them already, you get a certain amount of people, and then when you're throwing the money right there, every fucking dance is personal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, you can sit there, man, buddy. Hey, we got time. Keep dancing, bitch.
That is fucking funny.
Well, and not only that, we also mastered, I think we were about 18 or 19, we started doing this shit. And I don't know if he gets the credit or if I get the credit, but we got a little creepy and shit. But we realized that if you were wearing like them Adidas sweatpants or like some sweatpants and shit, it got a little more personal.
And then, see, that's the thing though. If you do that shit, if you show up to the club in your fucking draws and shit, or just sweats with no draws, and then all right, you're a creep, right? But now if they're coming to your pad, hey, this is how I fucking dress when I'm at the pad, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get comfy.
Now you're not a creep, right? Oh, that's so funny.
Let me get my Prince slacks on.
Oh, man. Those were the good fucking days and shit.
We had this dude we worked with at a pizza parlor. I'm not even gonna throw him on blast and say his name, but we caught him stealing
money. Did you guys
money.
work at Eddie's Pizza? Is that what it was?
Me and Ed's.
Oh, me and Ed's. Damn, I thought I remembered.
And on Sundays, the manager was off. And so this assistant manager motherfucker, I used to see him writing down fucking orders and shit, not typing them into the computer. And one day, fucking, I was like, this motherfucker's stealing and shit, right? He was just taking the money. And we fucking were working together. We caught him. And then he started buying strippers to keep us quiet.
Hey. Oh, that's some juice right there.
We worked together and we lived together. So we used to fucking, he was the delivery driver and I was the pizza maker.
Yeah.
So get all fucking blazed off and shit. And after we caught him, we could do what we want to do. Hey, I'm the cook, but I'm gonna go on this delivery with him.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
Or then I would fucking trick his ass too. I would call because the assistant manager would answer the phone, right? So me and this guy were roommates and shit, and we didn't want to spend money on food because we were still trying to come up. So I would call and put in a fake order, and it was funny because this guy doesn't eat pork, so it'd either be a cheese, a beef, or some kind of chicken pizza, right? Every time it'd be 1 and 1 because I ate pork and he did it.
So you call in the order and not pick it up. So then you had to take it at the end of the night, right?
Because we closed the store. So what you gonna do? Throw it away? No, we took it.
That's this week. Cavino and Rich were talking about. I guess there was somebody that shared a picture of their kid, right? And they were like, "Oh yeah, my kid's fucking killing it, and my kid's doing this and that." And when Cavino and Rich looked at the picture, this kid is like fucking 4 times the size of like the other 10-year-olds, right? So I want to know, when you guys were playing sports and shit, were you guys the bigger kid? Were you the average? Were you fucking dominating because you were huge? Or what? Where did you guys fit in? I was always the fucking biggest kid. I was always that kid that they were talking about.
I was big kid.
Yeah.
I used to have to. This guy was sitting in the sauna with me, and I had to lose weight before those Pop Warner games because if I didn't lose about 7 or 8 pounds before the game, I couldn't play.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that big.
Well, I mean, it was 155 with pads, but I was 15.
But they oh fuck no, I weighed way more than that when I was fucking 15. So okay, I feel I thought you were like 7 or 8, and they're like, oh no, you're gonna have to play with the teenagers and shit because all right, no, but
No, I was always that. I was always the guy too. I was that athlete. I
Yeah.
never had a problem, but I was really skinny, real skinny.
Just tall. He was tall, but he was skinny.
And do you think you kind of like, did that help you when you were younger to be like the more of like the star athlete and shit? And then when you got older, did it kind of level out? Or were you always kind of the taller kid and the most athletic kid and shit, even throughout like high school and shit?
Yeah, I was always the most athletic guy, but I was that athletic guy who wasn't in school.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Yeah.
We just went and played on the playgrounds and shit.
Yeah, I was like that guy who go play with the guys for the AAUs and stuff, but I could never stay in school to play on the teams. You know,
That's why you guys had to create your own Pop Warner team.
Well, see, and I was athletic. I wasn't as athletic in basketball, but I was good at damn near every other sport. But we were so competitive, and and I was always playing. He was my competition.
Yeah.
So it's not like I was playing against weak dudes, right? So like I was still athletic and competitive myself, but like even in basketball, the reason I could hold my own is because I had to guard him. I mean, we played one-on-one probably more than I played anybody else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, because I would foul the shit out of him. Oh, I was Shaq Diesel as that. I had to.
I learned how to play through contact with him.
That was all I had. Because we were like. We kind of grew up kind of hood a little bit, so it's not like he was calling fouls. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm fucking. He's ended up on his back, and he's not even calling. After a while, I'd be like, "Guy, enough. That's enough already," and shit. But for the most part, he's trying to take him.
Yeah.
And he'd return the favor, but that was where my competitive. I was playing him all the time. I remember on that Pop Warner team, man. No bullshit. In that game, coaches were calling plays, and me and him. He was the quarterback. I said, "Fuck that." Follow me and shit. And I was clearing pass, and even when the ones would slip by, he just hurdling them.
I still regret that game. At the last play, I listened to the coaches and did the play instead of just fucking doing our same thing.
That's how we lost. We were down by 7, I think. We were down by 7, and we were down by 6.
Yeah.
And we said, fuck that. So the whole drive, right? They kept calling plays in. We said, fuck that. I just said, just follow me. Just come to my side, right? Come to my side. And we went down that way and scored. They would call a play, fuck that. We just didn't do it. And though it took us like 5 or 6 plays, and we got down and scored. And then once we scored, we trusted the coach or whatnot. We took their play when they called into the huddle, and they stopped the fucking running back.
No.
It's all right though. You guys could have kicked their ass. You know what? I actually heard recently on a podcast, they were talking about how one of the reasons why boxing and like sports like that, boxing, UFC and all that shit are big sports is because, Doug, it's not like if somebody could beat you in basketball, you're like, oh, it's okay. I could still fuck them up. Right. So you guys may have lost that game, but you could still fuck them up. Right.
Oh, we were fighting too. That's the thing too. Me and this guy have probably boxed at least 100 times. At least we probably boxed 10 times in a night.
You ever boxed garage boxing?
Yep.
Where there's a car in there and you can't move anywhere, so you're just right in front of each other, just boxing.
Fucking each other up.
There's no boxing, they're just swinging and hitting each other.
It's a 1.5 car garage with a car in it, and you're trying to fucking make a ring out of the half.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's about 4 feet wide by about 12 feet long.
Doug, I wonder, was that some shit? I mean, I know as a kid we did that shit. This is like the early 90s and shit, And I remember like the early to mid 90s, we used to do that shit in my front yard. And it was funny as fuck because it was me, my brother, all my cousins, some of the homies from the neighborhood, and my fucking parents would be out there like kind of reffing it. So that's fucking, I'm like, I look at it now, Doug, and I'm like, it's fucking crazy because I think about, I'm like, I don't think that shit would fly today, Doug. Just like having everybody in the neighborhood in the middle of the fucking our front yard. And I remember, Doug, we would buy these boxing gloves from like the swap meet and shit,
yes,
right? Which was
$5 a pair.
Basically, Doug, fucking, just material over your hands with a little bit.
It was like foam and leather.
Exactly. And I remember we had some with like a Mexican flag and shit, and we thought we were fucking like, we were like, fuck yeah, look at me, I'm like a real Mexican boxer, right? And then we had some that were just like plain, and some had like a little stripe on them or some bullshit. But we thought since we had gloves, this was some legit shit, And because my mom was going like this in the beginning of it, we thought we were fucking down. But oh man, that shit.
No, we'd have tournaments. Like he would have like Colombo. There'd be like 3 or 4 of us, or I think maybe 2 or 3. But then we boxed with the neighbor too. So like it was a neighborhood thing. So we'd have like 3 or 4 different people: Bobby Avery, Paul Escadon, Chris Archer, Charlie Hevner, me, Colombo. That's 6 people. We would have tournaments and shit in his little 4 foot wide, 10, 12 foot long hallway garage.
Yeah, I remember one time one of the kids I grew up with punched me in the ear during one of these fights. I couldn't hear for like 2 weeks.
Oh shit!
Fucked up my ear, dog. I remember, but whatever.
I remember our buddy Paul Escudon, RP. But we were boxing chest only with just knuckles, and I made a bob down while he was doing an uppercut. Hit me right in my throat. Oh, I was fucking talking about 30 minutes. I was hurt.
And you were knuckles, bare knuckles for that.
Oh yeah, and you can ask that guy Paul. That guy.
Yeah, he was mean.
He was a big strong dude.
Yeah, he was. He wrestled 1 class lighter than me in wrestling. He was like 117 and I was 123s.
Damn.
Yep.
Fuck, man. But
what about Bo? So what's your are you a cereal eater? What are you? Do you like cereal? You like fucking ice cream cones? What you like?
I like cereal. I love ice cream.
What's your top 8? What's your top 8 cereals?
Cereal, Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh, okay. Fuck, we forgot those. Could we?
Those are fire.
Frosted Flakes.
There we go.
Okay.
Got to throw the Fruit Loops in there.
Yeah.
Classic.
I might sound like an old man, but I need that Raisin Bran.
Yeah, I fuck with Raisin Bran heavy. I do.
I do, dog. And ever since I was a kid, I still eat it the same way. I play like I eat my Raisin Bran like I have my fucking trail mix and shit. I like I look for the good shit, dog. Raisin Bran, I'm just trying to eat all the fucking raisins, just like in trail mix. I'm trying to eat all the M&Ms and raisins and shit out of it.
I get all the bran first and eat all the raisins last.
Is that what the rest of the cereal is called? Bran?
It might be. Yeah, bran. Yeah, it is. That's bran flakes.
Raisins and bran.
Yeah, that's bran flakes.
Doug, I'm fucking 34 years old. I never put that shit together.
Yeah, instead of corn flakes, bro, it's bran flakes.
I guess, Doug. I guess because in my mind it was like raisin brand.
Oh.
I'm fucking Mexican, dog. So my family calls it raisin brand. You know. Like, hey, what do you want, Captain Crunch or the raisin?
Raisin brand.
Let's get the raisin brand, Doug.
That's crazy. You can pronounce shit.
Oh, that's funny as fuck.
So what else you got on your cereal list?
After that, I got the honey nut, the clusters.
Oh, HBOs?
Yeah, I fuck with those clusters and shit.
The HBOs are good.
You know, those are fucking fire.
Yeah.
And then, you gotta go old school Lucky Charms.
Okay, there we go.
What about Count Chocula?
Colombo had a lot of the same shit on ours.
What about Count Chocula? You fuck with Count Chocula?
Nah, I don't really like the chocolate. I don't want my milk going chocolate.
No?
You know what I mean? I'm not really a chocolate guy like that.
I told Daniel about Count because he brought up Lucky Charms when we did his. Yeah. And I told him about the Count Chocolate.
Cocoa Puffs, remember?
Yeah, I fuck with those two.
1, 2.
I feel like I was watching the commercial from 1992 right now, Doug.
What about Crunch Berries? You fuck with Crunch Berries?
Oh, the Captain Crunch with the Crunch Berry?
Yeah.
That's the only way to eat the Captain Crunch. You got to have the Crunch Berries in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to go grab all of my daughter's cereal right now after this shit, Doug, and fucking eat all of it. What
about Toast Crunch?
I'm gonna have to go inside and eat some cereal and shit.
No, me too. I got a thing of Toast Crunch right now. Anyone fuck with Toast Crunch?
I do.
Really. I'm gonna tell you one old school cereal that I still mess with, and it was the old school welfare brand Kix.
Yeah. I like Kix.
They gave us Kix. I used to put hella sugar on them, but Kix was fire back in the day.
Yeah. Well, because they got a little sweet aftertaste, right? It's just like it's really small, but it's good enough.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but when you said Kix, it also reminded me of in school. We used to go during the summers. We would like walk to our elementary school and shit and get lunch. And they always had like for breakfast and lunch, they had those big ass super donuts. Do you guys remember those shits? You don't remember those super donuts? It was like a fucking donut with like a little like sun on it or some shit. Dog, that was around the same time. I remember having those and Kix and shit around the same time. Fuck.
I do remember the little square fucking pizzas and shit, and the chocolate milks and the pizza pockets from Clark. Remember those pizza pockets?
Oh yeah.
Where they deep fried that shit?
I remember when I got to Clark. That's when the food got good and shit.
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah.
Well, pizza used to always be the shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, you know what else we talked about, Columbo? Was some novelty ice creams. We had like some ice cream sandwiches and some drumsticks. What do you get down with?
I get down with I'm a big fruit bar person. You know, I like all fruit popsicles and fruit bars, and then chocolate malted crunch.
Oh yeah, from Thrifties.
Listen, last night I go to the store. This is where I had my daughter go by. We go to the store, and we pull up there. And I'm like, all right, dog, you go in. I'm gonna text you what I want, right? So we got cookies and cream, we got vanilla, we got what's your ice cream that you got like?
Jamocha almond fudge.
Jamocha almond.
Ooh, that sounds bomb.
And then you gotta throw in the fruit bars, and that was last with the Oreo cookies. That was last you like stopping with.
And my pops, that's what he liked was Jamocha almond fudge.
Yeah,
that was his. That was his jam.
Oh. All right, Bubba, hold on. My daughter wants to say her favorite ice creams and shit. Hold on. Bubba, go ahead. Tell them what your favorite ice creams are.
Cookies and cream.
That's the fire.
Cookies and cream, and what else?
Ice cream sandwiches.
You like ice cream sandwiches? All right, yeah. We get done with those.
I like the Klondike cookies and cream ice cream sandwich.
Oh, you know, I had one of those for the first time like a week ago because I had only ever eaten the original ones.
Right.
But damn, those be slapping like they're fucking Will Smith, you know?
They're good.
Yeah. I had the Snickers ice cream bars and those Twix ones.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Dog, I think me and Columbo will be best friends, dog, because I mentioned a lot of the shit during mine. Oh my God.
Well, he said what's crazy is Daniel said the Snickers bars. And so when I was at Walmart the other day, I took a picture, but the Twix was in the picture because on the shelf, they're right next to each other and they do smack.
Yeah.
Oh, they're smack.
They're always right next to each other. The two of those.
Mm-hmm. That means you're supposed to get them both. That's what they're telling you.
I swear, when I go inside after this, I'm going to make me a fucking milkshake.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up. I don't want to take too much of your time, Columbo. I appreciate you.
Magnum or Lifestyle?
Yeah.
Magnum.
Magnum.
Of course, right?
He gets my humor.
All right, well, we're gonna wrap it up, Magnum style. We got Columbo over here. I appreciate you coming on, Columbo.
Yeah,
and with us for a little bit.
Oh man.
For sure.
All right, you guys later.
All right, bro.
Man, we'll see you later.
All right, guys.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757.